Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. club. It's going to be a cracker of a sunrise. You can see the magical glow behind the opera house over there. A little bit of a breeze blowing, so I'll just head down here towards the end of the international passenger terminal so we can get some nice views of the opera house as the glow starts to build. And we'll do a bit of a book summary today. Cranking through these book summaries. It's a special day for me. Today it's my eldest daughter Catherine's birthday today, and she turns 34. So happy birthday, Katerina, Nesa Gala. And we'll catch up over the weekend to celebrate your birthday. Polychrony Nesa, ke polychromy. So the topic that I've chosen to do a book summary on today, the book is entitled Unlocking Potential, and the author is Michael Simpson. And it's a wonderful book here about coaching, and I guess coaching and parenting go hand in hand. I guess one of the greatest parts of my life when I look back over the years is being a parent, a father, and all the wonderful times that I had with my children while they were growing up and being part of their lives. But this book is all about learning how to coach people and how do we access and unlock human potential so that they can gain access to that reservoir of stored energy, that remarkable reservoir of stored energy. So the author takes us through a short list of the key skills that one needs in order to become a great coach. And the skills are, starting from the top, is trust, potential, commitment, execution, character and competence, challenging paradigms, and self-feedback. So starting from the top there, I guess the key is that in order to be a good coach, you need to be trusted by the person who you're coaching, because without trust you're not going to build a head of steam, and the people aren't going to want to listen to you nor rate you as somebody who can help them. So you need to have trust. And trust is a tricky thing, not easy to come by these days, because people are constantly being poisoned by other people around them. So you've got to be very, very careful and on the ball to make sure that you don't have people undermining your trust and undermining your ability to build a connection with the people that you're entrusted to coach or entrusted to bring up. So the author says that at the end of the day you need to build trust to unlock potential, and if there's no trust, your words just fall on deaf ears and a hard heart. So in order to make a difference, the people who you're working with, who you're partnering with, the people where you're partners in each other's growth and development, must trust you. They need to be completely honest, because honesty is the way to foster healthy communication and a healthy relationship. And people need to be free to be open. So you need to be free to be open with the person that you're coaching, and by the same token, the person that you're coaching needs to be free and open to be able to ask questions and to challenge challenge you as a coach, just like you as a coach are challenging them. So it's all about unlocking potential. Because as I said before, one of the greatest things about being a parent is that you have the opportunity to partner with your children, and one of the greatest pains of a parent is watching a child grow up without even coming close to realizing their great potential. I remember years ago, hearing about a concept that at the end of the day, most people only reach about 40% of their potential, even though we often talk about, giving 100% and 105%, all the cliches. But the reality is, according to science, that people never ever get close to reaching their potential unless there is a lot of pressure placed upon them, and mainly that pressure needs to be internal pressure, not external pressure. So in terms of potential, you need to be a believer that people in general can grow to do wonderful things. And as a coach, what you're basically trying to do is you're trying to work with the person that you're coaching or parenting. You need to be able to light a fire in them that they didn't know that they had. And once you light that fire, then they're more in a position to want to listen, to absorb, and to work with you. So as a coach, they say that you need to learn the flow. You need to be able to ask the right questions and encourage commitment, because without commitment, then nothing much comes about. And it's tricky, because a lot of people say they want a lot in their lives. A lot of people show that they've got a lot of potential, but when you tap them, when you tap them on their chest or tap them or on their back, you find that a lot of people are lacking, and it's all just hot air, it's all just talk, it's all just excuse. A lot of people say that they want to do things, that they want to achieve things, but at the end of the day, as we said, when you push them a little bit, or when you question them a little bit, you realise that it's all just talk. So a good coach needs to understand or try and find out how serious somebody is in terms of what they want to achieve, and whether or not it's a fair income request. And of course, once you get people who are committed, then it's wonderful. It's an absolute gift to be able to work with them and to help them grow and develop and become the best version of themselves that they can be. So you can watch them blossom, grow, develop, and achieve things which not only change them, but also change the world around them. So we also need to understand that from a coaching perspective and from a teaming perspective with people, that motivation is hard to maintain. We always say that we want to be motivated, but sometimes when somebody's on your case and somebody's trying to push you, you get over it sometimes very, very quickly, and instead of welcoming that push, you tend to want to push back and kick and squeal, so to speak. So, and we've all been there. We all know that motivation is hard to maintain, but you need to try and enlist from your child or from the person you're coaching a pledge to action, because you need them to agree and to sign off on wanting to take action and to be partnered with is what I'm trying to talk about. And then once you get the pledge to action, then we need to execute and to get things done time and time again, and to stick to a plan. And this is probably the best point that I got out of the book. The next point, the third point, is where when you're working with people, sometimes the best thing to do is, rather than to give them advice, is to ask them a very, very empowering question. And the empowering question is, what advice would you give to somebody in your situation? Because the best advice anybody can give somebody is to open up their own mind and teach them how to become their own advisor. And most people know what they need to do, but the coach's role, in many ways, is just to ask the right questions. And one of the most empowering questions one can ask is to ask them, now, what advice would you give to somebody else who was in the same position as you? Because let's just say it one more time, and it's very, very important to get it right. That people don't like to be told what to do, even if they've asked you to be their advisor, even if they've asked you to be their mentor. The bottom line is that people don't want to be told what to do, and the best coaches are the ones who get people to decide themselves and to tell themselves what they want to do and to be their own self-advisor. Because once you build that skill in people, that self-sufficiency, then that's when you know as a coach that you've got them up and going on the road, and they can become empowered to be able to coach other people and to unlock other people's potential as well. But when you're being coached, you've got to understand that seeking feedback and welcoming feedback is very, very important. So don't be shy to ask for feedback. It's when you grow up, when you wake up, when you get up, and all of a sudden understand that feedback is your friend, and it's up to you to make it constructive feedback and not to be walking or to be overly sensitive is what I'm trying to say. A great coach basically gets out of the way of the people that they're coaching and lets the people that they're coaching get on with coaching themselves to a certain extent, and they're basically there to channel the energy and to let people help themselves. Because once you've taught somebody to help themselves, once you've taught somebody the basic mechanics of self-assessment, self-appraisal, and self-growth and development, then you've done your job. Because, we all understand this, that the best advice we can give and the best feedback we can give is the honest feedback that we give ourselves when we look at ourselves in the mirror, because we know what we want to achieve. We can measure where we're up to, and once you've got those two things calibrated, then it's much easier to know if you're on track or off track. So the important thing is to, as we said before, to make sure that we're honest with our reflection, and that we're able to reflect and be accountable, and to seek advice on our strengths, but most importantly, when we're seeking advice internally from ourselves, to be honest, but also to stay positive, because what we don't want to do is become our worst enemy, so to speak. So, but also to be able to push ourselves and to give honest, as we said, honest feedback to get us propelled and moving towards our goals and our dreams and our desires. So I guess we'll finish off there with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, thank you very much for joining me once again for Jim's 5am Club and allowing me to go through this book summary entitled Unlocking Potential by Michael Simpson. To my friends, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and most importantly, let's get out of the way of ourselves and get out of the way of the people around us, our children, grandchildren, and people that we're working with in partnership to enable us and them to grow and develop, and to put into action the 7 skills of coaching by generating trust, identifying potential and helping people reach their potential, by seeking them to make a commitment and executing on a game plan and executing on that commitment, and helping them build character and competence, and allowing them to see through their own eyes the paradigms that shape their world, and to also encourage them to welcome feedback, and most importantly for that feedback to be self-feedback that they're able to do, to give and to self-soothe their growth path. So thank you very much, and I look forward to coming to you again tomorrow from another location with another message of empowerment from Jim's 5am Club. Yasas, happy Saturday, and to my beautiful daughter Katerina, my firstborn, happy birthday, Natakatostisis, me here, and to always be surrounded by beautiful, loving family and loyal and supportive friends. Take care, Yasas, from this beautiful glow on Sydney Harbour. Take care, and until we chat again, God bless you all.